Construction tour. Really happy to bring you guys out here to really give you a good sense for the scale and scope of this attraction. Right now we're standing in the middle of our flamingo pond. So that's what this pond is over here, our flamingo habitat. So everybody's got to like stand on one leg to act like a flamingo standing here. But this is the view that flamingos will have of our guests traveling through the ride course. So directly behind me, that large arch structure, that is our queue building. That's where guests will enter and exit the attraction. As Jock mentioned, it's a continuously moving queue line, so the ride vehicles will not stop in the queue, so that gets us the best throughput on the attraction. We're about 1,000 people an hour theoretical capacity for the ride. So guests will exit heading south, so towards our direction right now. They'll go through this first, I would say this is our slow entry level portion of the ride, the rapids, to really set the tone and the mood, be able to get some nice views of the flamingos. Then they'll make a left turn towards our large portal element. So if you guys can see that in the background, you may have to move around from all of our landscaping, but that's the first section of Crazy Rapids. That's where it starts. What you don't see right now is there's a water curtain that'll be flowing underneath that portal, and it'll part like curtains at the very last minute right before you dive underneath and start your rapids run. So this area you can also see where we're starting to create our jungle experience over here, right? So all of the great landscaping, we probably have about 70 or 80% of the trees in right now. When it's all said and done on this attraction, we'll have over 700 trees that we've brought in to create this jungle. And we are really we're creating a jungle one tree at a time by swinging them in with cranes and all kinds of interesting access to be able to make this happen. So from a queue perspective, that area is in that lush jungle, if you will. You can kind of see some of those tent structures popping over your head. So we also have some of the props over there, and that's really where our story begins. That's our base camp where our guests, while they're in the queue, will be able to learn about the explorers who have traveled here previously. So another interesting aspect over here, the largest tree that we've brought on site, we actually relocated. It's a ficus tree, and it's over 22,000 pounds. It took 3 cranes to bring it over here to set it in the middle of the queue. It's going to be a nice shade structure, or a nice shade element for the guests as they're waiting for their ride. So Janelle, do you have any other comments or things you want to point out in this area? I don't even see her.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered it. I think we have one of the little hidden features on our portal is our Infinity Falls logo hinted there. You'll see that in a couple other locations throughout the attraction. So little hidden element to find. And,
yeah, so this is the best place for us to get some views of the station itself. So if you guys want to take photos of the station, this first section of rapids.